All right. Welcome back to the Forest Brothers podcast. It's your boy Mutsa Chris Don back in the cut, joined by my two brothers, Nkosi and Samson. What is goody? What is goody, brothers? Today is a dark day. This is a dark episode for some of us, but a very good day for others. Liverpool were crowned officially the Premier League champions of the 2024-2025 season. And they did it by beating Spurs 5-1. So, as you can imagine, a very dark day for me. And they pump faked me in the very beginning because Solanke scored the first goal. And I was so excited. I was so happy. I was like, yes, we're gonna ruin this party. Because let me tell you, man, the way Liverpool fans, the players, the media was like, hey, it's done. Today, Liverpool wins the Premier League title. And like all the fans in the streets, all the red flares going up, like it looked like a Champions League final, like the way these guys were acting up. And I'm like, guys, this is too much. It's too soon. Like, why y'all like? I'm like, is Spurs that garbage? Where always are like, my guy, it's a done deal. Like, don't want like let's not beat around the bush. So I was just hoping that Spurs would ruin the party. Spurs would embarrass. Spurs would actually like dominate. At least some. I don't know. I was just hoping that Spurs could do something. And so when Dominic Solanke scored that goal, I was actually very excited. But also, Ange set us up for failure today. I know he's preparing for Europa League on Thursday when we play, but come on, why are you resting Romero, Van de Ven? Like, we were playing Davis and Danzo as our center backs today. That lineup was absolutely disgusting. Like, I was like, okay, Ange does not give a single fuck here. Like, he does not care. He does not care at all. We're just giving it to them. Like, here you go, Liverpool, take it. Like, where's the pride, man? So, I mean, also, this is Liverpool's second Premier League title since the Premier League actually started, and for a team as big as Liverpool, two Premier League titles is actually quite nasty. And given the fact that the first one was won behind closed doors during COVID, and this one, obviously, it's a PGMOL title. So, hey, anyways, let me not ramble on for too long, boys. Liverpool, Spurs. Samson, what were your takes on the game and Liverpool actually lifting the trophy today? Because you brothers are gonna have to give them the God of Honor. So
We will. We will. Yeah, I'm not too pressed about the God of Honor. A little annoying, sure, but like I always said, Arsenal is a classy club. We have a classy manager. He's not gonna mind. The players aren't gonna mind. Um, Plus I think the players are gonna be more focused on just the UCL and what we can do there. Um, for Liverpool, yeah, congratulations to them. Shout out David Coote. Um, And shout out to Howard Webb, you gotta acknowledge greatness when you see it, You always gotta acknowledge greatness. And my guy, those three this season, incredible performance. One for the books. So, but yeah, I thought it was like I understand Spurs fans' frustration with Liverpool because like I think all week, um, even before, they knew the Arsenal result. Because they kind of did the same thing when we played Crystal Palace. Like apparently the Liverpool team had gathered, to watch our game in case we lost, so they could like celebrate. So like they've already been in that, mode the whole week, and yeah, it is a little disrespectful. Like you saw the way they packed out the streets, like
my guy,
I was like, man, come on, guys, like just go to the game, just go to your stadium. But hey, guys were hyped, and they really wanted to celebrate this one because obviously they were unable to celebrate the last one. So I understand from that perspective. But yeah, I can understand how this is frustrating as Spurs fan because again, I don't think Liverpool did anything special. The whole game they seem to be in second gear, but Spurs, like, I don't know, man. Like you guys, like it's so easy for things to go wrong. Like 1-0 up, you guys are cruising, things are going well. And then just out of nowhere, it just seems like you can see, like the first two goals you could see, they just felt like they came out of nowhere. And it just kept getting worse. Like every time Liverpool got the ball, it looked like they were going to score. Every time you had the ball, it looked like you're about to give it away. And yeah, you kind of just played into their hands and they didn't have to really do much, just, put the ball back in the net. And it was a great win for them. But yeah, congratulations to them. Um, they deserve this one, and yeah, man, I just disappointed it wasn't more of a race, but because I truly feel there's about 10, 8 to 10 points that the PJ will have kind of robbed of Arsenal here that would have made this a closer race. But it is what it is. So congrats to Liverpool, and we'll keep it moving.
Before we go to Mangora, I was gonna say that the fact that they won the Premier League today is kind of overshadowing the fact that we lost 5-1. 5-1 was that's a disgusting scoreline.
Yeah.
Like I understand lying down and saying, all right, easy, here's the title, but come on, man, what's the dignity? Like lose if we lost by 3-0, 2-0, I'd be like, easy, you know what? Fair and fine. But 5-1 is just like Ange needs to go, man. I'm tired of that guy. Like okay, it's 1-0. It's 1-1. It's 2-1. It's 3-1. All right, my guy. Let's just stop the gaps. Let's just to make some changes. Stop playing the highlight and say, okay, look, let's just not make this embarrassing. We've given them the win, but let's also not make it embarrassing. But what do? We make it embarrassing. And yeah, 5-1. Anyways, over to you, Mankara.
Oh yeah, Mr. Mota. So basically, when you watch today's game, and it's just cringeworthy on the Spurs side, as Mr. Mota just mentioned. But I do want to give credit to Liverpool Football Club, the entity over at Anfield, the boys from Melwood. Congratulations to them on being the 2024-2025 Premier League champions. It's been a long road for them. I believe it's their 20th top flight title and their second Premier League title. We should clarify that. They've equaled Manchester United on the number of titles they've won, not Premier League titles, but titles in general. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to Michael Edwards, the CEO, and Richard Hughes, who came over from I think Bournemouth. You see what great work he did there. Because when you have to remember that at the beginning of the season, people were very surprised. They had a new manager, signed Chiesa, who didn't even play, and that was it. And they had to soldier on. Slot came in, new manager, no one knew about him, and for him to achieve this in his first season is truly incredible. I do want to give credit where credit is due. But it just takes me now to my next question of what we look at next season. If Slot and it's for mainly for the Arsenal fans, but if Slot wins the Premier League next season, do we start having serious conversations about Mr. Trust the Process, Mr. Mikel Arteta? Because this trust the process, I don't know how many years it's been. Some Arsenal fans are on different platforms have been talking about it, but that's a conversation for another day. Today is about Liverpool and it's about Spurs. Samson, maybe you can chime in on the Arsenal part there. But when we watched today's game, I kind of knew that once Spurs scored, I don't think Liverpool were worried at any point. They knew that Spurs, like, by the second half, they'd already be thinking about Thursday. And we saw it in the changes that they were making. But I do want to agree with you there, Mutsa. I don't do it very often. But like when you look at Spurs today and how they decided to line up, I wanna single out a point, a particular player in a very critical position. Archie Gray. Archie Gray is a player you haven't been playing for weeks, and then all of a sudden today you're gonna throw him in the deep end today at Anfield in the championship decider for Liverpool, and you expect him to protect Danso and Davies, who you've brought out of the wilderness. Like how make that make sense to us as people who are watching this. Like that was I think that was bad on the boy. The boy, like I think he's had a good season, but like today he like it's unacceptable for the coach to throw him in the deep end. What can he do? And then he has Begaver who was just running all over like a headless chicken, and the other guy that was playing on his left hand side, was it Madison?
It
As
was
Madison,
madness.
who's been off form like the whole season. Like you throw three disparate players together and you say they should control the midfield against the Liverpool machine in the midfield of McAllister, Gravenberch, and Zoboslai. Like there's nothing you can do. Like you saw the goals Bo McAllister was scoring today because like they were all connected. They've been in sync from preseason, and then you want to bring in and say the people that have been in sync all season and have been at the top of the league the whole season, been playing together even in Champions League. You decide that today is the day. Well, take three players that have never played together, and I'm gonna throw them in and be like, guys, today you're doing a job. You don't even practice it in the Europa League games, but all of a sudden you want to do it today. Very appalling from him. But it's all in all, I think even Liverpool, I think even Spurs players and fans knew, even the bus driver for the Spurs team, I think he knew that it was a family fun day. They knew that they were coming to serenade Liverpool and hand them the Premier League title. Congratulations to them again. I think it's quite a feat. Not anyone can win the Premier League. Arne Slot actually joins a commendable list of managers to actually win the Premier League in their first season. I think now the biggest thing is this is the real test of is he great or is he a good manager? Because the great managers they able to recheck the team and go again next year and challenge for the league. They don't fall off like some brother called Phil Foden. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he takes the team forward here. It's looking prosperous for Liverpool. We have Virgil signing a new contract, Mo Salah signing a new contract. Trent is still MIA. As much as he's MIA on the contract side, he's also MIA on the defensive side. We need to mention these things. So I think it's going to be interesting to see where Liverpool go from here. But all in all, congratulations to them. Well, we're happy for them. They've done what they've done. It's a very interesting season in that I don't know how Klopp feels today. He pushed City for many years. And then the year he left, that's the year City decided to drop off. So I don't know if he's happy for Liverpool or he's sad, but I do like the camaraderie that Klopp and Slot have on like that transition over. Like there wasn't like any bad blood, and Slot didn't try be Klopp and replicate. He tried to be himself, which is truly commendable because like when you look at a player like Gravenberch, who didn't play much under Klopp, all of a sudden now Slot has turned him into a very good player that plays week in and week out. He's truly transformed him. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to the entire Liverpool team. It's been a good season. Well done to them. All the things that have happened in the season happened. I think we don't have to rehash them. Liverpool fans know it themselves. Referees, all those other things that happened. Like that's facts. But at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is they won the Premier League title.
Yeah, I also wanted to add a bit more context to what you're saying about Archie Gray and all these guys. Today, Ange made 8 changes from the last game. We made 8 changes to the squad. That hasn't happened in the Premier League ever. Like where like a team changes 8 people from the previous game to the next game. I think it is the first time in Spurs history or in actual Premier League history. I heard the stat, but I can't remember which. But again, 8 changes to a team, and you're facing a final essentially. Like, come on, we're just lying down there. Like, I'm surprised they didn't play more 18-year-olds to kind of like, like just give it to them because I'm like, hey man, where's the pride? Where's the I know we say we're the kingmakers jokingly, but come on, it's not supposed to be like this. Come on, like I have to say that tell kid, I hope we don't buy him. I've seen everything I need to see. Like he's horrible, he's terrible, he's disgusting. Like he's everything. Like I'm actually shocked by him. Like he's so bad, and I know he's young, but I don't see the potential. I really don't see it. And if I'm him and I'm his agent, I'm saying, hey, let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible because his confidence, I'm sure, was high in Germany, but now I'm sure it's low. And it looks like Bayern is about to win the title in Germany, anyways. So he could have stayed. It could be. He could also. I know he would come off the bench, but hey, brother could be eating German medals and trophies right now. But unfortunately, he's here at Spurs, chowing 5-1. I don't know. I don't know. I just really don't like him. Yeah, he's actually quite terrible. And yeah, Bergval, I kind of like. Like, I know he runs around a lot, but he actually is decent. And I feel like I wish Archie Gray had a bit more time. But yeah, no, what Ange did today is honestly truly unacceptable. And I know we had this conversation last week about, okay, if he wins Europa, do I want him to stay? The answer is a complete no, because if we win Europa, we're playing in Champions League next season. Do I trust Ange in Champions League football? Absolutely not. So, like, thanks for giving us the title. Appreciate that, brother. But from this point on, nah. And yeah, I have some reports that the Bournemouth coach is the one that they're looking at for Spurs. I've also seen people saying Jurgen Klopp might be a consideration. I personally wouldn't like that, but I like the Bournemouth guy. Iraola. I like him. I like him. He seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. But again, as we spoke last week, Daniel Levy, all these guys, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. So, and then in the end, no matter what we do, it's not gonna make a difference. And hopefully next season we get rid of Vicario. We try to get a better goalkeeper. I'll take Ramsdale. I really would. I'll even take the Ipswich goalkeeper. I really would over Vicario. Like, wait, even the goalkeeper for Leicester? Like, give me that guy. Like, I don't care. Like, just get Vicario out of here. But yeah, anything more to add on that one, Sangi?
Real quick,
Oh yeah, Mangoro.
but you have Kinski.
Hey, my guy,
You
we should
signed
send
him.
that brother back to the gulag they got him from. We don't need him.
You signed him just yesterday. He arrived just yesterday.
I boot him out. Pack him in a suitcase with Ange when he leaves.
Carry on. I was gonna say, with Spurs, like I think Ange, the thing I've been really shocked by with him is his use of the youngsters. Because in the beginning of the season, which I know there was like a lot of excitement with Spurs fans, all these young players that you signed, Mikey Moore, Archie Gray, I'm trying to remember a few others. There are a few others who came, and it's like
Bergval.
Bergvall. Um, he's like to me, I'm speaking as an outsider. It seems like he's tried to integrate them when other guys are injured, or he would spam substitutions the same way Slot does, by the way. I don't think I've forgotten about you, Slot. I'm gonna come to you next. But when he's in trouble in a game and it's like the 80th minute, he's losing, you'll see three subs come on, and it's sometimes some young players. And it's like these guys don't really have they're not really being coached, into the game. They're not like being prepared well enough, in my opinion, in order to produce their best football. Because, like, talk about Archie Gray, man. Like, Archie Gray, fine, you're on a plane today at Anfield. By the way, that's like one of the toughest atmospheres for a young player.
And it was packed.
Yeah,
No
like
seat. There was no seat untouched today. That
like
stadium
a
was packed.
sea of red. That's all you're seeing, just red.
Yeah.
And it's sunny, so the red is like intense. Like, you have to think about these things as a coach. And I'm just like, you're playing this two teenagers in midfield. You're playing two center backs who haven't played, I don't think, 5 games together. And like, I think the last time Archie Gray even played, he was playing in defense, right? He was playing like as a left back or something.
Center back.
So it's
Nah,
like,
yeah.
like you're not helping them. You're not helping them. So I'm not surprised that Tell is not playing well either, because Tell, I know Mutsu, you thought he was coming off the bench at Bayern. That brother was not playing, period, at Bayern.
Oh, it wasn't?
He was not seeing the field, brother. He was not
So
playing
this is what I'm saying.
football.
Why do we fight so hard for him? Is he like a young talent that had
He
some good
is.
stats? or
Yeah,
what? What
like
is it?
he's a very promising player, but it's just that Bayern was stacked. I think ahead of him it was Coleman, Gnabry, Olise, Sane, because those are the wing positions. And up
Mm.
top, like, is Kane not gonna play? You know what I mean? Like, Kane plays no matter what.
Thomas
Um,
Muller.
Thomas Muller. And I think actually the Kane signing has probably blocked him the most because right before Kane signed, like the season before, he was starting to get a few minutes up top as the striker. And then Kane came and, Kane plays every week. Um, so yeah, I think Ange does not help the young players. And he does not help the team in general. You've spoken about the high defensive line. Damn near every single goal you guys conceded, you're just disorganized defensively. Um, I know there's is it the first goal? Oh no, the second goal you just gave the ball away. Because you couldn't play out from the back. You're trying to play out from the back. You can't do it.
My guy, that who was that? It was Tell. It was actually Tell who
Yeah,
tried to pass the ball back. He passed it into the middle of the pack. My guy, we're
yeah,
under attack. You have the ball. I don't care. Shoot it down the line. Boot it down the line. Even boot it out. I don't care. Don't pass the ball inside.
yeah. Like
Put it
yeah,
under pressure. And now
it's
McAllister gets it and he come on, man.
like that pass was so bad because it looked like a Liverpool player was playing a cutback. That's how terrible it was. Like it was straight to them.
My
Um,
guy.
and then he also had the fourth goal where Mo Salah cuts in and scores, and it's like guys are sliding on the floor. The guys trying to block the shot. Guys are being just destroyed. Like it was like just a simple counterattack, as simple counterattack as you can ever imagine. It's like there's no organization here. So it's like I'm looking at Ange and I'm like, bro, what have you done in the week to prepare for this game? Because there's this interview that's been circulating where Eric Dyer is being asked what's the difference between Ange and company? Ange and Tuchel. I forget who they were comparing. And the guy was like, oh yeah, Ange doesn't really prepare for games. In training, he just focuses on executing his playing style, like his shape and what he's trying to do. He doesn't really like analyze other teams and do like all this preparation, which is like, yeah, we can tell. Like we can see that. Like these guys are clearly underprepared for all the games they're playing. So yeah, I agree with you, but I think he should go if you guys win the Europa League or not. Um, and for the Liverpool part, because you to answer Mongora's question about Mikel, um, I think this conversation needs to start with Jurgen Klopp because Liverpool fans will agree that the squad slot is one with this is Jurgen Klopp's squad. Jurgen Klopp built the squad, he rehabbed the squad because I think when he first got there, they had Mamadou Sakho and Skrtel playing as centre backs. And um, the
Mignolet.
midfield was also quite horrible. I remember that. So he did like a full rebuild of this team. Um, but the thing about Klopp, and I know this is where Liverpool fans would disagree, is that I never thought he was the best tactician. Like I know his counter pressing thing was kind of revolutionary, like for the Premier League. Causing mistakes by pressing teams and squeezing them. I get it, but like you look at the seasons they missed out on the league. I forget what season it was. Maybe it was even 2 seasons ago, where they had this nasty record where they would concede, they would be down at halftime. Like for most of the games, they would start off down at halftime, then they'd have to come back. And it was this thing where it's like Klopp never really prioritized controlling the game. He always prioritized this high energy, high intensity football that, yes, sometimes produce goals, but it didn't always produce results because sometimes it would lead to end-to-end games. So the other team's also scoring. And sometimes, if teams just park the bus, there's nothing Liverpool really doing because they're not really breaking teams down. I think that's where I can credit Slot because I think Slot has brought a different system that is way less intense because you've seen the injuries. Liverpool players have had, practically no major injuries this season. I think Trent missed about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Konate has always been an injury problem. Like he missed a couple weeks in December. Um, and Allison, I believe, missed some time. But Mo Salah, Van Dijk, Soboslai, McAllister, Gravenberch, Luis Diaz, Gakpo, those guys have played majority of the games, consistently. Like they've been there. And that's down to, I think, the way they play, the style he's chosen. Um, they had way more in control of games, and it's helped. Now, to bring this to Mikel is doing what Klopp did. He's rehabbing Arsenal, and we're now finally at the point where I think you can say going into next season, we have to be one of the favorites because this team, as bruised and as beaten as it is in a Champions League semi-final. And it did not get here by beating, some dodgy set piece team. Like it got here by playing good football. Um, the points we've lost in the league, some came from some came from bad refereeing decisions. Some came from just having a very thin and depleted squad. So it's like I give Arteta a pass because of the progress this team has made and because of the rebuild he's done. Because I don't think this team is there yet. This team still needs a striker. And once that striker comes and all the pieces are there, like if we sign our Darwin Nunes and he is Darwin Nunes, then yes, Arteta has to go 100%. I agree with you. Um, but I'm not ready to hold him because I think Arteta's way better coach than Klopp. Like what Arteta's been able to do with the teams he's had, I think is very impressive. And I think you just got to give him, one more window or two more windows and see what he comes up with. But yeah,
You
that's
know
it.
what I can't wait for? I can't wait for the day an Arsenal fan says, we are now complete. We have everything we wanted. Rebuild is done. All right, let's do it. And they still lose. And I wonder what the excuses will be after that. Like, X, we thought.
Arteta out. I mean, what do you think it's gonna be? It's
X,
gonna be Arteta
I don't
out.
know, man. It seems like this rebuild has been happening for the last 20 years. Like,
I mean, people say that, but like, again, there's never any objectivity with Arsenal. Like, we were out here paying for guys who weren't even at the club. Paying for Özil 2 years after he left. We paid Aubameyang to leave. We finished paying Pepe's transfer deal like a couple years ago. Like we were doing work to get to the stage, and we finally, close to being at the end of it. So you just gotta give it time, man.
Yeah, let me just go back to the game real quick. Um, I think just at Spurs, just to close out the Spurs piece, the few things that I think Spurs fans and management needs to take a closer look at this summer. One is the Son situation, because now y'all are in a difficult position now. The Son thing is just not it. Secondly, the transfer deals are just were absolutely atrocious, and you should never do those things ever again. There's no way you're paying 10 million loan fee for Matthias Tell and he delivers less than 5 goals.
I think the
That's number
option is
two.
50.
Listen to that. Number three, 19 losses.
oh, yeah.
19 losses with 4 games to go. That that could get for the listeners that don't know, 19 games is practically half the season. You practically played half the season, you lost all of them. I don't know how the fans are feeling that the toilet bowl stadium, but it is what it is. And then also,
We've
what?
basically lost a game against each team. Like if we played each team this season, we've lost a game from each. I mean, obviously there's some teams that we won against twice, but statistically speaking, it's like we've lost a game against each team in the Premier League. So
And then
disgusting.
yeah, and then on the manager, yeah, it's a problem. The manager situation. I think you need to act very soon. Given that you don't want to find yourself in the Eric Ten Hag situation that United found themselves in, because if you find yourself in that situation, it will give you pretty much will have to write off the next season as well. So It's just bad. Like I had faith in you that you'd finish in the top four or top five of page two of the Premier League table. You currently sit in seventh on page two, and that's just not good enough. But I think that's enough about Spurs. We've killed this horse. It's down. It's done. It's finished.
I just want to add
But
one more thing, Mangoro.
uh-huh.
We've lost 19 games. Ipswich got relegated and they lost 21. Two losses less than Ipswich, who got relegated. Just to give more perspective
It could get to
on,
21.
and it could get to 21. Exactly. It could get to 21. So it's not even like
Yeah.
where so just yeah, we're this is relegation levels of embarrassing. So yeah, back to you, Mangoro. Oh, Samson,
Are you on 40 points at least?
you know, it's we're 3 points away from 40, so we just need to crank out a win.
Yeah, that is actually what I was gonna say next. That number one, I don't know how, United fans and Spurs fans are not embarrassed because I think it was about a week or 2 weeks ago. Only then were you guys officially safe from relegation. Like a story came out that Spurs and United are now officially safe from relegation. And it's like that was like week 32, like that should never happen. Like that should never be a headline in the papers. Like we're officially safe from relegation. And it wasn't because you've reached 40 points, which is the magic number. It's because the other teams are historically horrible. Southampton has 11 points. Leicester has 18, Ipswich has 21. Like these are some of the worst Premier League teams we've ever seen. I think Southampton is definitely top five worst. So if not, if the league was just a little bit more competitive, you guys might be in 18th because 37 points, 4 games to go. That is typically relegation race numbers. So, man, something has to change, bro. Like a lot has to change. Because nah, there's no way you can keep going like this, man. It's too horrible.
Yeah. And Liverpool fans, we will give you your credit. So it doesn't feel like it's just a Spurs bashing today. I think we do need to, as the Forest Brothers podcast, give a warm round of applause to Mr. Mohamed Salah. 34 games played, 28 goals, 18 assists, and one yellow card. Though those are scary numbers. And congratulations to him as a fellow Forest brother. He's done
How
well
many
for
of those are
himself.
penalties, Mangoro? By the way,
I,
just put it out there.
I do not know. You'll go check that. I don't know. I
Very
don't know.
important asterisks. Kind of
So
just
I just give facts, honestly. Like I just gave you facts, so you'll decide what exactly he's done. But all in all, yeah, congratulations to him. I think he'll take home all the awards this year. He's done very well for himself. Very impressive what he's done. And
Do you
for
think he's
someone,
Premier League Player of the Year? You
yeah,
give that to him?
it's pretty much done. Like I don't think anyone can compete with him and the numbers he's
Isak?
put up.
Nah, he's
But
the
it's
best player on the best team.
Yeah,
No
but
brainer.
like the stats that, and also the fact that he's not an out and out striker to get those numbers is truly incredible. Like as much as we may say a lot about the penalties, which is a lot of them, uh, we still
Yeah.
need to give credit to where it's due, man. Like he scored all these goals. Like it doesn't mean just because it's a penalty that he's not gonna score it. Like if the penalty and he takes it and it's a high pressure moment needs to pick a side. There's a 50-50 chance it can get saved. So congratulations to him. I think he's done well, especially like at his age, like 32, and for him to be still that fit and to read the game very well. Because like as we've mentioned throughout the season, many games it's been MIA, but he's been able to pop up with one or two goals at the end and an assist here and there. That's truly incredible. 18 assists. That's like an assist almost every other game. Those are frightening numbers. I don't know if he's. I think I was reading a stat the other day that he's gone above. I think Thierry Henry. in terms of like all time Premier League goal scorers. So he's really moving up there in terms of like the all time stats. So that's truly commendable. Shout out to our fellow Forest brother Mo Salah. Congratulations to him. And yeah, hopefully it continues into the next season. And yeah, we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah, definitely we'll see. But I think you know what? That could be just a good place to end the pod. I don't know if there's much else to really say. Congrats Liverpool. That's probably your last one for a very long time. So enjoy it, revel in it. Congrats, Slot. That's your last trophy in a while as well. Revel in it. Salah, I don't see you scoring any more goals. We've seen you now. This is it, unless we get more penalties, but revel in it. Take it easy, enjoy it. I love that Trent said, okay, my time here is done. I'm leaving. That's a good lad. Van Dijk, I don't know much else to say about you, my guy. Like, this is going to be the peak of your Liverpool career after this. Anyway, let me not end it on hate. uh, Again, at the end of the day, hey man, it is what it is. And the torture is over. We don't have to say, okay, when will Liverpool win the league or this? Now it's done. Now we can maybe just focus on the top four race. And that's honestly more exciting than the title race at this point. So we'll just have to see. But anything else, lads, before we end the pod here?
No, no, it just, shout out shout out Liverpool. I'll name the gang once more. Shout out Slot, shout out David
Quote.
Coote, shout out Howard Webb, and shout out Michael Oliver, just the gang. Shout out those guys, man. Phenomenal season.
Phenomenal. And yeah, you know what, listener, with that, thank you so much for hanging out with the Forest Brothers. Please do comment, like, subscribe. Celebrate in the comments if you're a Liverpool fan. If you're another team, if you support another team, come in the chat and yeah, say your frustrations, whatever the case is. So with that, we appreciate you, listener, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.